What is up, guys? Name is Ray and welcome to another Genshin Impact video. So Kokomi is out on Asia already. Actually, I missed a day. I really thought she will come out tomorrow, but she's here. And Europe, you guys have to wait like 5 more hours, while America has to wait, I think, 10 or 11 more hours. But in Asia, she's already out. So this is the first time we're going to test that character. You have the chance to test the character as soon as she is available on your server. So let's maybe just take a quick look here. But the first thing that we'll always check before we go into the actual run is the stats and her abilities, how they finally bring her to the game. So now we can see her minus 74% crit rate. We do know that, actually, in the character teaser, that was not said that she cannot crit, but it is very interesting here. She has 70% healing bonus. All right, so very interesting in stats. So she cannot crit at all. It is confirmed now. We have that new weapon, the Everlasting Moonglow. I didn't read that weapon, so maybe you want to do that real quick. It has a HP percentage scaling, and healing bonus is increased by 10%. Normal attack damage is increased by 1% of the max HP of the character equipping this weapon. Alright, for 12 seconds after using an elemental burst, normal attacks that hit opponents will restore 0.6 energy. Energy can be restored this way once every 0.1 seconds. So, yeah, a very supportive weapon. But it increases basically everything that Kokomi has. It is really tailor-made. So it increases her healing, it increases her damage, and it increases energy gain for your characters. Alright, they gave her the 4-piece Heart of Death. Unfortunately, we cannot see substats on the test run. I really would like them to bring that feature into the feature into the trial, yeah. Constellations, I think I don't really want to go over the constellations, since most of the people will only summon for Constellation 1 and if, for Constellation 0, and if you go for Constellations, I think you should know what you're doing. So the very interesting thing is we'll want to take a look at her normal attack and her abilities. Now, the special thing on Kokomi is that she only performs up to 3 consecutive strikes or consecutive attacks, which no other character in the game can do. So there's no other character that has a short combo like Kokomi with just 3 hits. Now we actually have Alloy, which will come in the next patch for every user available. She has a 4-hit combo, which was the least before, or which was at least before Kokomi comes out, and now we have one with even less consecutive attacks in one combo. Now, her auto attack multipliers are pretty high compared to other characters. Actually, she has, I think, lower base stats than most other 5-star characters, or like comparable 5-star character should be like Mona. She is also a Hydro Catalyst, and yeah, but the difference between Mona and Kokomi is she has way higher multipliers on her auto attacks, and we want to see how much damage those auto attacks will actually do with the artifact set that is on Kokomi right now. Other than that, there is nothing really special. Her charge attack will deal AoE damage, which is the case for every Hydro Catalyst. And now let's go for Kuragi's Oath. Now, it summons a Baku Kuragi created from water that can heal her allies. Using this skill will apply the wet status to Sanganoma Kokomi. So this basically sounds to me like Barbara E, but the difference is, of course, this part of her ability deals hydro damage to surrounding opponents and heal nearby active characters at fixed intervals. This healing is based on Kokomi's max HP. So the difference is that it does deal damage, but other than that, it at least sounds to me the same as Barbara's E, but it does damage. So maybe you want to see that in combat. And the duration for this is 12 seconds, and it has a 20 seconds cooldown. Did they give us Barbara? Okay, they didn't give us Barbara, so I could have compared the duration of this, but 12 seconds seems pretty long. We only have 8 seconds off cooldown, and it scales off of HP. And I think the damage scaling is kind of low here. So 174 is not too high, but we will see. Let's take a look at her elemental burst. The might of Watatsumi descends, dealing hydro damage to surrounding opponents before robing Kokomi in a ceremonial garment made from the flowing waters of Sangonomiya. Now, ceremonial garment. Sangonomiya Kokomi's normal attack, charge attack, and Bakakurage damage all increase based on her max HP, so you increase every kind of damage, basically E and auto attack damage, charge auto attack damage, if you use her elemental burst. So basically this is a buff to herself. When the normal and charge attacks hit opponents, Kokomi will restore HP for all nearby party members, and the amount restored is based on her max HP. So she does heal while she attacks the enemies, and increases Sangonomiya Kokomi's resistance to interruption and allows her to move on the water surface. So basically that kind of sounds to me like Raiden Shogun's elemental burst, because you basically use E and then you can swap into another character. You have Hydro application and Hydro that does deal damage, but that should be possible while Kokomi is not on the field. But for her elemental burst, it really sounds like that Kokomi has to be on the field and she has to attack herself to get the healing for your party members done. Okay, now let's take a look at the passives. Oh no, maybe the scalings first. So yeah, she has... Okay, I cannot really tell if these scalings are insane. I have to see this, because it scales off of her HP. Let's take a quick look how much HP she has. She has 13,000 in the test run. I think that this is kind of realistic to build 30,000 HP. If you go for HP in her main stats on the slots Timepiece, Goblet, and maybe also Circlet. And I think that this is very realistic to build. So yeah, 30,000 HP is good to take a look at. If Sangonomiya Kokomi's own a Bakakurage on the field, when she uses Narrate's Ascension, the Bakakurage's duration will be refreshed. Basically, this is like Eula's Elemental Burst. After you use your Elemental Burst, you can reset your E ability. Then we have the next one. While donning the ceremonial garment created by Narrate's Ascension, the normal charge attack bonus Sangonomiya gains based on her max HP will receive a further increase based on 15% of her healing bonus. So it does not only scale, so after Elemental Burst, you buff your damage. This actually scales off of HP. And this passive additionally says that it also scales off on her healing bonus. So she does scale on healing bonus as well as on HP, which is very, very interesting, because so far I thought healing bonus is one of the most useless stats in the game. But with that, it could be very interesting. Princess of Watatsumi, so this is basically exploration. You gain less stamina consumption for swimming, kinda nice to have. And this one is a very interesting one. Kokomi has 25% healing bonus, but 100% decrease in crit rate. So she cannot crit, except if you overcap in your crit rate. So if you build over 100% crit rate, then she can crit. Alright, with that being said, let's do a spontaneous test run and just see how she feels like. So look at the auto attacks. Because they can have a crit, we have just 1,400. So this is like nothing, I'd say. Auto attack is like really nothing in damage. E, okay, E does deal continuous damage, okay. But the wet status is like on the Bakakuraga and not on Kokomi herself. This is a big difference. This could be very interesting, but because it is a permanent hydro application, which gives you access to vaporize. Alright. Okay, let's see what elemental burst. Oh, animation looks really cool, and let's see how much damage increases. Auto attack gets up to 6,000. Charge attack also. Bakakuraga damage is also buffed now. Okay, we can break the shit kind of fast here. I don't know, I think the healing should be like insane, so maybe you want to use another character here. So we can see Kaya that always crits. He does already deal 2,400 damage with his elemental burst. Of course they do hit us. Okay, let's do this once again. Now, let's do a combo. We do E, Q, and now we can do another E. No, it didn't reset the E. I actually thought it does reset the E. Did I say something wrong here? Okay, wait. Wait. When her when her, where was that? Wasn't that the part of a passive here? If owned Bakakuraka are on the field when she uses nerds, the duration will be refreshed. Yeah, owned Bakakuraka are on the field when she uses Nerd's Ascension, the Bakakuraka's duration will be refreshed. Oh no! The duration will be refreshed. Oh, it is not a reset on her E, but it actually increases the duration. So, yeah, that was wrong. So if this one has a duration of 12 seconds, and if you like use Nerd's Ascension on 11 seconds, then the duration will get back to 12 seconds. So you have to do it while it is on the field. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now if I use this, it gains back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Yeah, it just like increases the duration. So yeah, that was my bad. Okay, I actually, in terms of damage, I think it's nothing really crazy here. At least so far. The numbers, they seem like kind of underwhelming because she can crit, but it feels like she's very strong though, even though there are no crit numbers. Look at how fast I can clear those. I think it's really hard to say like how her damage numbers actually are. So we have like 1800 here. Now let's use Elemental Burst, and the damage gets buffed to 4700. So this is a very big increasement in damage. So this is more than double after you use your Elemental Burst. What was the duration of her Elemental Burst? The duration is 10 seconds. So like, it's nearly the same as the Bagakuraga. So you always want to have those up. And auto attack damage also gets an increasement up to 7000. Which is, I think, also quite a lot. So the damage increasement is not too low. 7000 on a normal attack and you have a 3-hit combo. This really feels very smooth, I'd say. So we have the Bagakurag here, 1800. After using Elemental Burst, on cast damage is 4200, I think. And now the Bagakurag deals 4700 damage. Okay, now, so in terms of damage, I feel like even though she cannot crit, the damage numbers are decent with that weapon, with 30,000 HP. And if you have her, you really can build more than 13,000 HP, I think. Now, maybe let's get some attacks just to check out like her healing. So I just want to give Kaya some attacks so we can see like how fast she actually heals. Maybe we can do a little comparison here. So like E from Kaya does like 6000 damage. So it's still more, a lot more as you can see here. Because it can crit. Lisa's normal auto attack is 1300 on crit. This is a catalyst. And then we have Shengling's E maybe. This also does like 3400 damage. Okay, we lost a little bit of life. Let's use the Bagakuraga. So only active characters will get the heal. So if we swap to Kaya here, he gets a 5000 healing per tick. What's the... Oh, this is really 5000 per tick. Okay, that's just because I have less than 5000 damage, but the tick is like insane. And the Elemental Burst also here, so I think you cannot die with Kokomi, pretty much. Let's get some attacks from the Meta Churl here. Damn, that's super interesting, that character though. Let's get some more damage here. Why did he miss the attack though? Come on, hit me though. Of course he dodged it again. Yeah, I think that's enough, like 9000 damage now. Now we can use the E and swap to Kaya, and it should be like 5000 per tick, right? 5000 and another 5000. Yeah, like 4000 just because we have less. So just 2 ticks and you're full life. So I think in terms of healing, I do not really have to check the character because her healing is insane though. Yeah, her healing is like really Barbara on crack. But I feel like this ability is really useful. It is a Hydro application that has a duration of 12 seconds. The AoE is not too big, so I think that the Hydro application from Sincho is still way better. But it is, in fact, really good. Also, you can like increase that. The only thing that you have to do is, yeah, you have to auto attack during her elemental burst to get the healings for your party members. So if you use her, then you just have to do like a couple of auto attacks and your team should be like back to full life. So I don't know if she is supposed to do a lot of damage because like in terms of damage, I think they're decent, the numbers, but they are not insane. Just like from seeing her on the test run. But her healing is of course insane. And what you have to do is you have to attack during the elemental burst. But I do think like you just have to do a couple of attacks. So you have the opportunity to choose how you want to heal that character. If you either want to heal her through the Bagakuraga and swap to your main DPS while the Bagakuraga is on the field, or if he's like too low on life, you just can go and activate her elemental burst, do 1, 2, 3 auto attacks, and I think that your character should be like nearly back to full life after this. With that being said, guys, I think that's like enough. I saw enough from Kokomi to think that she is a really interesting character. So her kit is like not on the game. Of course, we have some parts of her based on Barbara, based like on Raiden Shogun, as I said, because she has to be active on the field during her element burst. But she is a supportive character. Her damage numbers are very decent. I would like to see like numbers like with more HP and maybe with another weapon, if that really makes a big difference. Because 45% HP is a lot though, and there is no other weapon that can bring 45% HP. So I think with really good artifacts, you can get easier to over 50,000 HP and maybe even 60,000 HP. And I really would like to see like damage numbers for that. But this weapon really helps a lot. It increases like the healing by a big amount, while the healing is already really good. It increases her damage and it increases her energy recharge. And the interesting thing for me is how would she work with another weapon? Is she like still good if you use not this weapon? And if you use like other artifact sets with full HP builds and stuff like that. So I'm thinking of summoning for that character. Other than that, my first impression of that character is it is a solid character. I do not really feel like at the first glance that she's broken or something like this. But she's like good, I'd say. A good character. Yeah. Enough for first impression. I hope you guys enjoyed the first video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I see you guys next time. Bye.